Hello everyone, this is a doctor, and in this episode of the Typical Manga Review, Typical Manga Fan and I are going to be discussing Akame ga Kill, Chapter 57, Kill the Alchemist. And we have a nice little cover here of Alice. At least I think that's what her name was.
I don't know. I forgot. I mean, unlike you, I haven't read all the chapters, and nor will I, because I kind of glossed over the beginning chapters to, with the Wikipedia, the wiki, basically.
Yeah.
So, I just remember that she's the one who, can suck people's blood. Because that's her ability, right? I
don't know if that's her ability or not, but she's mostly their mad scientist.
Yeah, okay. And then of course the words on the page says, because we train because we fear.
Yeah.
Interesting. Kill the Alchemist. So what is this? That's an interesting title.
Yep. One of they'll end up ripping off one of her arms and one of her legs.
Probably. Wasn't she the girls who tried to rape Tatsumi?
I think she might have been until Esda scared her away.
Yeah. Yeah, it's kind of a weird thought. All right, so now we get to the main chapter. The main chapter in which, we see Mine, or Mine, or whoever, however you say her name. She's being shipped off, basically, I guess, to outside of the battlefield, or outside, the area, the battle zone, basically.
Slight correction. It's not Alice. Her name is Dorothy or Dorothea.
Okay, yeah, there we go, Dorothea. There you go. But yeah, so they're shipping Mine off. Out of the front lines. That's the way you say it.
Yeah, they're getting the sick. They're getting the wounded out, basically.
Yeah, and then they're basically like one girl's like, "I'll take responsibility and look over her until she wakes up," and then Akame's like, "We'll come see you when the battle's over," and she's still a vegetable, basically.
Yep, and that's a death flag if ever there was one. We'll come see you after the fight's over.
Well, I mean, yeah, that's death flag. Not for her though, for Tatsumi or Akame. Probably like Tatsumi after. They haven't closed her eyes. Why the hell would they leave her eyes open, looking up into the sunlight? They would kill her eyes. I mean, has anyone even thought of that?
I mean, maybe she is reacting. We just don't see it because it's not in motion. I don't know. I mean, maybe they did and she opened them again. It's a sign that she's not dead, at least.
Okay. Okay, and of course, next page is actually kind of sweet. He says, "When that time comes, marry me. Mine, I love you." Which is actually a big deal because, honestly, when the hell has anyone ever proposed to anyone in an anime before? I mean, seriously. Although, unfortunately, this is another sign of a death flag. Yeah,
I mean, for Tatsumi in this case.
Yeah. And she's just looking out. And I'm sure, inside, she'd be hella happy. I mean, come on, the guy just proposed to you, man.
Yep.
And everyone's smiling. So, the shipping confirmed.
Yeah. Well, it was confirmed a long time ago.
No, but I mean,
a couple.
People would argue oh, maybe they would break up. No, this is definite. After this, it's definite. No way they're going back until death do them part, literally.
Well, again, flags.
Yeah. And then they all out of the front lines. And then the cat girl's or where Leon, there goes his name.
Leon, yeah.
Yeah, she's like, "Oh, you've grown up, basically. I can't make fun of you anymore." And then Akame's like, "Hey, you got me around, right?" And she's like, "Yeah, I do. You're my best friend. Woohoo! Let's drink."
And Akame seems up for that.
Of course she is. And I like her the way they drew her face. Like, yay!
She's got this little smile on her face. Like you just said, yay.
And then they asked the leader, I forgot her name too. She asked Tatsumi how his body's doing, and he's getting stronger. But then there's a catch to it.
Right.
And it turns out that he's basically being either fusing with his armor or being consumed by it, and basically he's becoming Incursio's dragon body.
Yeah.
So basically becoming Incursio himself.
Yeah, little by little, it's starting to take him over, and that's why his eye changed, among other things.
Yeah, I mean that was something I think we all predicted.
Yep.
But he says this is not a power up, man. This will break you. Although the only difference is that it will make you stronger. In the end, it's going to kill you.
Yep. Like one or the other, you're not going to last long if you keep using it.
Yeah. But it's interesting. He said that Bulat had equipped Incursio a dozen times before, but he used it in a just and proper way. And
I think that's a doctor saying that part.
Oh, was it? Okay, no.
Because those people was kind of pointing inside.
Oh yeah. He's responding to what she's saying. There we go.
Yeah.
Yeah. So basically, like, why was Bulat using it? Like, was it because Bulat wasn't pushing it, basically? Because Tatsumi was pushing it.
Yeah, it could also maybe have to do with the reasons they were doing it. Like, because in that case, Tatsumi was like, well, not necessarily a bad reason. Maybe that's something that doing it for love or doing something like that kind of triggered something.
Yeah, because it said that it was impossible for Incursio to fight against the top 2 of the Empire. So basically, he was pushing it.
Oh yeah, I mean, and he didn't really win against either of them. Like, he definitely did a lot of damage, but it was like Mine who finished off Budo.
Yeah, well, Budo. But the problem is he was facing both of them. I think.
Right.
What would have been like if he was facing Esdeath 1-on-1 for the whole time, you know? Because obviously her time ability didn't affect him, and he's like, you know, you'll become stronger, but after 10, no, just a few years, who knows? If you continue building your strength, you might be able to use it properly, you know, without overdoing it, like Bulat. But you know, basically, it's devouring him. That's what he's saying.
Yeah, like if he trained, he could use it safely, but they're not in a position where they can do that.
Yeah, unless it's a hyperbolic time chamber, or Dangen, or whatever. What do they call it?
Depends on whether or not you got tired of Goku mispronouncing it.
Hyperbola time chamber.
You get one more.
Hyper mind time namer.
Goku, yeah, huh?
What was the
count 1?
Yeah. What was the one they call in Bleach the Dang something, the train place? The Dangai? Dangen?
Something like that.
Yeah, whatever. I think it's called the Dangai or something. But that's where like the train was, and basically he got a whole month training out of that.
That's right, where he and his dad stopped.
Yeah, so he can get some hacks powers that disappear after like 10 chapters.
And so fake losing his and lose his power until he gets them back again.
Whatever, man. It's so hard not to make fun of Bleach, even when we're reviewing other manga. This is ridiculous. This is hilarious. Bleach fans, Bleach fans must be trying to put us on like the death, like a hit list right now.
Anyway, the doctor is. Have we seen this doctor before? Well, you probably wouldn't know, but I'm trying to remember if we've seen this doctor before because he got like a glove tag, which I'm sure we would have seen before.
Yeah.
But he warns Tatsumi that he can use the Incursio 3, maybe 4 times at most.
Okay.
And he's assuming he can use it 4 more times, and he mentions Sue's trump card. I don't know if they mean Susano or something else right there.
Yeah. But basically, it's what the usage limit does is basically tells us how long this manga is gonna last, which is because it's basically in this last arc now. So,
of course, they could pull off some kind of like last second thing like they did with Agenda and Susano using their trump cards, because that was supposed to kill her after she did it 3 times.
Yeah.
But the second and third times happened in such quick succession that there wasn't enough power to actually kill her. Right there.
Yeah, and he's basically like, we don't know what Esdeath's trump card will be, and the fact is, I need Incursio to beat Esdeath.
Isn't her trump card the world?
Yeah, probably.
Right.
The Revolutionary Army will win, won't they? Yeah, but so they're talking about the Revolutionary Army, and they have miniature Esdeath and Prime Minister. That's actually kind of funny.
Surrounded by pawns.
Yeah. Basically, you know, they're basically wary of the two's power.
Yeah. And
they're basically saying they gotta be careful, you know, and face them properly. So they're planning ahead. So laughing at the fact they have 2 little miniature.
Yeah, like I said, between Esdeath's raw physical power and Prime Minister's political power and influence, yeah, you don't want to give them any kind of opening if you can help it.
Yeah. And yeah, it's basically to her this is like a present and a prize. It's a prize, if you will. She will have balanced heaps of opponents to fight. So yeah, Esdeath's like happy because this basically means she can basically fight and kill everyone. Even if she were to die, she'd be happy to die on the battlefield bathed in blood. So until she can taste her own body's destruction. So she's a masochist and a sadist. Sadomasochist?
I think we knew that already. If you mean Esdeath.
Well, I didn't know about I didn't really confirm the masochist part. Okay, so you know, if she escaped, you can't let her to escape. If she escapes, there will be new codes and access for her to be reborn from. Basically, you gotta kill her when you find her.
Yep.
And he's like, up to now, I've hidden my identity. She's been persistent and stubborn chasing after me. But next time we meet, I think it'll be for real. The decisive battle with the duty no one other than myself can handle. I shall put all my strength on the line and defeat her. So basically, the next time they meet, it will be the last time.
Yep.
And I'm gonna assume that
And he's gonna do his part for Lubo as well.
basically.
Lubok, yeah.
And of course, the boss is sad because her and Lubok.
They've been together from day one there.
And Lubok was in love with her boss. I don't know about the boss, but Lubok was in love with the boss. And she's like, yeah, that's enough. Don't beat yourself over it. Night Raid is one for all and all for one. And I'm sure Lubok would say that as well, yeah. And then
now we go to Leon and Akame.
Oh my gosh, it's like 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, at least 8 bottles of alcohol. Holy shit!
Now the question is, I'm willing to bet that Leon drank 6, Akame drank 1.
Then where'd the 8th go? Still out there? Still.
Oh, sorry, 7 and 1.
Yeah, okay, 7 and 1. And she's like, "Hey, have you noticed? So ever since we got out of the execution platform, Tatsumi hasn't smiled or laughed even once. Well, we haven't known. We couldn't figure that out because honestly, it's been like 2 chapters.
Yeah, so we need her to tell us that. Yeah, that's fair enough. But basically, like, Leon points out, like, he may well blame himself for what happened to Lubok, because when they got captured before, when that happened, was that because they recognized him or recognized Lubok?
They recognized Tatsumi.
Okay, so yeah, he could. If he knows that, I could see him blaming himself for that, and also.
And also keep in mind that the Tatsumi smile has been actually a big plot device for some reason. The fact at least for Esdeath, because Esdeath's like, I want that smile. Do you think that's actually become a thing? Like, because Esdeath's always wanted Tatsumi to smile. That was actually the main factor for why she wanted him among the other impossibly hard to meet standards. And then the fact she also mentioned like he only smiled like with Mine. So I mean, the fact that it's gone now is kind of a big deal for his character development.
Well, yeah, and mine's gone too, and also Akame's feeling that everything's gotten so big and empty now that so many people are gone.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's been Night Raid's like lost like half its people already,
if not more than that.
Yeah.
First, Leon offers her some comfort.
Yeah. Next page. And she's like, yeah, I've never been really get used to feeling like this. Basically, when everyone's been, half the place has been empty. And then Leon hugs her. Oh, those boobs.
Yep. We can move on to Agenda, the boss. She's having a smoke, and we're kind of going backwards a bit. I guess they were able to retrieve like Lubok's his goggles.
Yeah.
And I recognize I think the girl from like a prior arc, like Lubok helped her. If I remember right, like he helped protect her. So they made sure to kind of get what they could. Like they're part of their spy ring, basically, the information gatherers.
Okay.
Yeah. They're gonna try and find. Basically, their job is going to be to see if they can get as current a map as possible of inside the palace.
Okay, I see.
Because they established early on that the palace is booby-trapped up to wazoo.
Yeah, so,
I'm looking at this right now in manga here. It's like on the next page, like, where the one girl's like, so we're going to give it everything we've got. There's a little Tsukome comments like, you did well, fodder characters that we probably won't see again.
That's amazing.
Here.
Anyway, so let's see what else is there. I don't know. It's just a big deal because I guess they could have been something, but at this point, he's dead. Can't do much there. See what else is there. Keep getting chapters loading. Anything else for you? Okay, so
basically, you just go to a strategy map right now with
pretty much
Kurome and Wave and Esdeath.
Yeah.
Last few members of the Jaegers.
Yeah, and it's a lot of talking that I'm not going to really go into depth with, because honestly, you can just read the chapter yourself.
Yeah.
And basically, it's like they feel like they're Akame's sister. I forgot her name.
Kurome.
Oh yeah, Kurome.
Yeah.
I was thinking Kuro.
Yeah, Akame was red. Kurome is black.
Yeah, I was thinking of Kuro for a sec, but I wasn't sure that was her name. But yeah, she's like, it looks like they're making light of us from here. And then, damn it, let's get his name.
Wave.
Wave. There you go. Wave. Wave is like, their forces are raining down upon us. The main force of the rebel army, it truly is a formidable bunch. So basically, they're trying to figure out how to handle these guys. And Nez is just like, nope, I'm better than all of them.
And we've seen that's true.
Yeah.
Because did you see? Do you know how she was introduced?
Did she like kill like 20,000 people or something?
Something like that. Basically, like, her establishing scene, pretty much the very first time she appeared on page. We'd been told that she was up in the north pacifying a barbarian city or something like that, and this was expected to take her months. And the first thing we see is her pretty much taking their hero and making him her bitch. I am not exaggerating on that either. He was pretty much like begging at her feet, and then she just killed him for the hell of it.
Yeah. And basically like, oh yeah, so for Master, the person who is able to diligently provide them for their provisions and control them is the real threat. I would like to find him, but he's likely nowhere to be found on the front lines. So they're talking about the guy who's basically giving them money. Who is that? What they say? Because I did not.
Basically, they're looking for like the guy who's actually leading the forces. Like,
yeah, but who is that? Who is that?
I don't know if we've got a name for that person yet.
Okay, yeah, that's because
the little Chukome comment here even says new character soon.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wait, where does it say that?
Well, you won't see it on your thing. I'm using Manga here. They have like little things called Chukome, which are like, almost like little Twitter comments on the pages.
Oh, okay, yeah. Yeah, because I knew they were talking about the strategist, like a big financial benefactor, but I didn't know if it was introduced yet, because I obviously skipped a lot of chapters. So basically, they're like, yeah, they're pushing back at us. I wonder if there's any chance of coming out of this victorious. And then says like, of course there is.
Yeah, I mean, duh. I mean, for example, there's that, and she points out the window. There's that jutsu. They look outside. We don't see it, but very much there's some kind of Imperial Arms or Imperial Arms power. That will be able to decrease their numbers and move in the plan. And the Prime Minister has other things on reserve as well. So the actually, here, hang on a moment.
There's not a muffin button. Like the giant muffin button.
They keep saying Imperial Arms and also like Cabinet Minister. They're using different terms. So I wonder if Imperial Arms is supposed to be Tegu.
Really?
Like because I think the manga stream is using a different term here. Hang on, I gotta check on this now.
Okay. Anyway, as you were saying that, yeah, she's basically like, yeah, it's gonna be a very hard and taxing battle, but it's gonna be fun because that's scary like that. So those that ran away are worthy. I'm gonna raise the morale of the soldiers that still remain and try to turn the tide in our favor. And you guys protect the Imperial capital. So now we know that basically Kuro and Wave are gonna be defending the capital while SS is gonna go out on the front lines.
Yep. And yeah, Imperial Arms is just their word for Tegu.
Okay.
It's just that translate.
Okay, that's what I was thinking. Yeah. And then she's like, yes, ma'am. Oh, by the way, so it's true that Tatsumi was part of Night Raid? And she's like, yep, took me by utter surprise. But she's like, are you worried about me? And then you can see that they are, obviously. And she's just like, well, as much as I find them to be unnecessary words, I do find your worry and concern to be novel, interesting. Huh. So she's actually being able to somewhat understand people's emotions. Interesting. Even now, do you still love Tatsumi? And she's like, of course. And make sure you have that Bane, of course, type of voice.
I can't do a Bane voice, so.
Of course. But our positions may have changed, but my feelings have not. Bowles had given me this advice. It is essential to never give up on anything. Holy shit, man, girl. What are friends and foes? And basically she's saying, you know, I've reflected on it and my body and thoughts on his evolution. Holy shit, she's like getting off of this, isn't she?
Well, remember who we are here.
Yeah. And she's like...
Here's a scary thought. As Death and Kenpachi.
Kenpachi.
Yeah. Well, no, I don't even think in terms of fighting.
Just in terms of, like, together?
Yes.
But Kenpachi doesn't feel towards anyone. Except for Unohana.
Or Nyachiru. Of course, arguably, you could say the same thing for Esdeath.
Yeah.
Of course, she's probably, like, a better leader. But anyway.
For a second that time you said Yachi, I'm like, oh yeah, second Yachi, because Unohana is also called Yachiru.
Yeah.
Anyway. And basically she's like, I will obliterate him with every last ounce of my strength. So she's determined to basically kill him at this point. And she's like, and she says, my feelings will not reach Tatsumi. So she's basically come to terms with the fact that she and Tatsumi will never be together. I want to fiercely cross swords with him at my might, all my might, against all of his. Whether I end up killing him or he ends up killing me, either way, I'm fine. What the frick is wrong? And even Kuro's just like, yeah, okay, this is to be expected. Wave's just like, holy shit.
Yeah, like from the very beginning, Wave has pretty much been clear, like in a hole in over his head on this.
Why is Wave supporting the Capitol again?
Loyalty mostly. Like the person who his mentor was a loyal soldier of the Empire, and so is he.
How about Kuro?
I don't know if she's got any special loyalty one way or the other.
Does she hate the sister?
She hates Akame. I don't know if we know. There's like a spin-off series that may explain why, but I don't know the details myself.
Yeah, Akame got 0. I don't feel like reading that. And she's like, Kurome, you can emphasize the feeling. Oh, that's the reason why is because I think that's the way she feels about Akame, right?
Probably. Like she wants to.
Yeah, I think she still loves her, but in not necessarily the as death way, but like in a similar fashion where she wants to kill Akame, and that's why she's the one nodding. So she's like, yeah, you can emphasize the commander's feelings, can't you? I also want to kill my sis. Yeah, so they confirmed it. But if I end up getting killed, then my sister was better. So it's basically she's Kurome reading a book while pretending to be Wave. That's
she's just like playing around or impersonating him, I guess.
Yeah. I don't understand it myself. Well, as long as the commander's happy, it's fine.
Yeah.
So they talk about how all the comrades and were fighting for the emperor and how he became the man he is today.
Yep.
And then Kuro I don't know. Okay, so Kuro's obviously likes him, obvious duh.
Yeah.
Especially with the this page where she's just like blushing and she's like, "You've been reading a lot of books, haven't you?" And he's like, "Yeah, I want to change the path, change the empire from within, like that Rune used to talk about. I want to carry on those hopes and succeed them." So basically,
Ishizaku.
Yeah. I hate it.
Oh, hey. And Tatsumi has the one eye.
Damn it!
I never actually watched Code Geass, but whatever.
Wait, have you watched Code Geass?
No, I know of it, but I haven't actually watched it.
I have watched. It is one of the most emotional roller coasters you will ever be on. To the point that Code Geass was literally the reason why I stopped watching anime for 3 years, because I just couldn't take it anymore. It was the last anime I watched like week to week. Ever since then, I have never done that again.
Yep.
Because it really screwed my emotions. And I'll say this, yeah, he is in many ways like Suzaku at this point. Was like, dude, you're obviously a good guy, but why the frick are you trying to do this? It's not gonna work.
Yeah.
And
as long as you got the prime minister in there, he's like, Buddha was trying the same thing there, but he took the view of get rid of the rebels first and then get rid of the prime minister.
Yeah, spoiler alert. We all know, I mean, I don't even have to make a spoiler of this. I mean, we all know who was the winning guy in the end for Code Geass. I mean, who's the main character?
Yeah. Of course, how he wins is the spoiler more than anything else.
Yeah.
But anyway.
Yeah.
Kurome gonna take a nap, but he points out that Wave's bed smells like the ocean, which makes sense because he's a sailor, Navy by trade.
And his name is Wave. And
he's got an anchor on his wall.
And he's Wave, yeah. That too. And if you got a problem with that, then sleep with your own room. If you got a problem with it, then go sleep in your own room. And she's like, nope, I'll just deal with it. So she's hugging the pillow. She likes Wave, obviously. But the weird thing is, okay, so they're trying to humanize these guys, but like it's very hard to humanize, especially with Kuro, because Kuro's like a bitch.
You saw what she did like to one of her past allies after he died, because her sword lets her bring people back from the dead, like zombies.
Yeah. Yeah, it was that. I know exactly who you're talking about. By the way,
yeah.
It was like Esde's like right hand man, right?
Well, one of their he was part of the group as well, but it's like.
But yeah, he was always with Esde though, like.
And it shows how messed up she is that she could not understand for the life of her why Wave was so upset by that.
Yeah, so she's messed up.
Yeah. Anyway, we're moving over now to a new scene. We're on the Prime Minister and Dorothea.
Why is he talking with Dorothea all the time?
I don't know. So I guess she's doing something to help him out here. Like with now that I realize the Imperial Arms are Tegu, I think that's she's making something for him.
Oh, we all know what that is.
It could also be because he's a light eater. More food for him.
Yeah, and yeah, he's like all this shit that's happening, all people dying, all this destruction is making me lose my appetite by like a slice.
And when the plays are gone, there's only one little slice of ham left.
Yeah, I will say this though: he will never be the Major. The Major is better than him in every way. Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously they show both of them eating, but I feel like the major they did a better job with making the major.
Well, the Prime Minister is pretty much just like a big old glutton more.
Yeah, the major was a fat guy too, but like I think with the major it was more than just that, you know.
Yeah.
With the fact this guy is just hate on it's all made just to hate him, whereas the major is just it was kind of a weird type of feeling.
Yeah.
We're talking about the major from Hellsing, by the way.
Yeah. Yeah, because there's probably a couple other majors we could probably be talking about just for clarification's sake.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Major Armstrong from Fullmetal Alchemist.
Yeah. Wasn't there a major in like Ghost in the Shell?
Yo, yeah, the major. Yeah, that major. Yeah.
I want to think of Metal Gear, but I think I might be mistaking boss right there. Big boss. Anyway.
Yeah.
Apparently Dorothea has been making something called Supreme Tegu or Supreme Imperial Arms. Because of their or she's just referring to them in general. Like because of their massiveness, they start to show signs of wear in small, distinct spots. But she's just finished upgrading them and actually, like I guess, maintaining them. And with the addition of her alchemy, they've truly upped the ante on their strength. But Dorothy is actually going to head out of the capital for a bit. It's like you wonder if she's going to go feed because you were right. She does have vampiric powers.
Nothing.
Yep.
Yeah. Lots of bodies during. Okay, she's called me obvious. Like, everyone's crazy in this freaking series.
Yep.
Maybe I'll go shave some. I'll go shave some off the top of the enemy army. It's just the right time for it. Don't you think? Man, she's like, I look forward to it. So she goes in this room. It's obviously a laboratory room. It reminds me of the Espada number 8, Sazael Aporo's room.
Yeah, like the mad scientist Espada.
Yeah, from Bleach. And then she's good next to the samurai guy. And she's like, "Oh, is it time for me to move?" I forgot, is he blind? Because he almost always closes his eyes.
I don't know if he's blind, but like I said, his eyes are always closed down there.
Yeah. Way to help the Asian stereotype.
I think what it is like is double checking it right now because I was looking up another thing on here, and it says like he's got like his eyes are all black.
Okay.
Yeah. Anyway, she's gonna head out with Cosmina, who's one of the other members of Wild Hunt, the one with the singer.
She almost died, but she helped. But Dorothea like helped her.
Or a given definition of help, and heal going by the next page.
Yeah, so we see her just being transformed, and she's like all monstrous now.
Yep, she's all insecty.
Yeah, why is it always insects, man? And basically, she's like, as long as she keeps eating, Cosmina will become stronger than anyone in this world, even capable of surpassing Supreme Imperial Arms. Oh, how I rage you for the realizations of my own great inventions. And this is a really weird page. It's like, is she smiling or is she getting like? I'm assuming she's smiling, but it's the way the mouth is kind of drawn. It's kind of weird. And
like it could be both evil grin and happy grin at the same time.
Or it could be just anger because it looks angry too, you know. But obviously she's not angry. So and her hair is being raised up like she's going Super Saiyan. The frick. And the rare alchemist makes her move.
Yep.
I almost read a state alchemist.
Yeah. And I was like, every time I see alchemist now, at least in context of manga, I end up thinking the same thing. Love Full Metal.
Yeah, everyone loves Full Metal. That's a great manga.
Oh, that was excellent.
And they're great too. I mean, just great, just great.
Anyway, for Akame ga Kill, like I said, there's not really much to theorize over much on here. At least that we didn't kind of cover already.
It's basically just shit's getting down. Shit's going down, man.
Yeah, from the look to it, looks like the remnants of the Wild Hunt are probably going to go looking for Night Raid or end up fighting Night Raid in the next few chapters.
Yeah.
That's what it's looking like, at least to me.
Pretty much. I mean, yeah, I think that we can safely say what's happening here.
Yeah, cause of course, right now they're kind of outnumbered on that one because we got like how many? We got 4 members of Night Raid versus like 3 Jaegers. Well.
Yeah, but Tatsumi's worth 2 at least.
Yeah.
Not including S-Death, though.
They're probably going to try and hold back his transformation as much as possible.
Yeah. So in which case, the Akame is going to have to be the front man, and I think and keep in mind it's not just Night Raid. I think. I mean, I'm assuming they have other people too, right?
Well, they've been
Fodder at least.
Well, at the very least, Night Raid's been an assassination group, so it's usually been just them for the most part. Their fodder's been like information gatherers and such. But we do have some. From what you said, we do know there are soldiers now along the city. So we're probably going to see them like. The attack might go there because I think what she wanted to do first, like collect some bodies for experiments or to feed on.
Keep in mind that because they're an assassination group, they're more suited for like in small numbers too, though. So
right, like that's always been Night Raid's thing. Like they stay in small numbers and attack in darkness and things like that. They don't usually go for drawn out fights if they can help it at all.
Hence the term Night Raid.
Yeah.
But I'm sure all you fans knew that already. So, is that it?
Yeah, go ahead and take us away.
Bye!